Aban is taking effect. I mean, the signs are being, appreciated by even external bodies. But President Mahama, I think 3 days ago, did instruct the finance minister and that of energy to carefully monitor the happenings in the Middle East. Essentially to assess the impact of the Israeli-Iran war on the price of crude, which could possibly also affect the retail fuel price in Ghana. So clearly, this suspension was highly anticipated. I wasn't surprised that it came, but I think it is extremely important also for the point to be made that despite all this, we have once again seen further reduction in the price of fuel at some pumps. Emphasis at some pumps, with fuel selling around 10.99 Ghana cedis. That's a fact, and that's at some pumps. So please don't start with at some pumps. So for me, I think it's a very refreshing news. We are anticipating that fuel prices will go high. The last time I came here, I mentioned that there are 2 key factors that affect fuel pricing: external factors and internal. What you can do as a government is to perform well internally, so that even if those shocks come, you'll be able to absorb them very well. For those you don't have control over. So what government can do is to make sure that you strengthen your currency. As for those external factors, you don't have control over them. But the minister, they are carefully monitoring that, and then the levy also has been suspended until further notice. Government believes that, look, the plan was that we are expecting fuel prices to drop, right? And introducing levy wouldn't have that much appreciated the current price we are seeing. But even if there's any cause for us to believe that there could be a possible increase, why then again maybe maintain the levy? So it wasn't just about generating revenue too. It's also about being concerned about the Ghanaian consumer. That's why the Minister of Finance and Energy is currently monitoring, the situation until, otherwise communicated. But I've seen some argument being put up by my brother Yawake, some of his fellows, that we, the NDC, said external factors cannot affect our economy. That is completely deceitful. Completely fallacious. If there's anybody that such statement should be attributed to, then it's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He is on record to have said in one of his lectures in 2015 that how can a global phenomenon escape Cote d'Ivoire and all surrounding countries and attack Ghana only? Is that not the case? So it is Dr. Bawumia who said that a global phenomenon cannot pass through or cannot escape Cote d'Ivoire or Nigeria or Togo to come and affect Ghana only.
Are you talking about the same people who use the Russia-Ukraine war as an excuse for?
Oh yes.
That's the same Dr. Bawumia.
Dr. Bawumia. So I am not aware of even one NDC communicator. Maybe my brother Ake is here. He can prove me wrong, and I'm ready to admit. One NDC communicator that said external factors cannot affect Ghana's economy. Our position was very clear and very simple. That you cannot solely blame COVID and Russia-Ukraine war for the economic crisis that we were in at the time. Considering the fact that our economy was on the verge of collapsing before COVID came in or Russia-Ukraine came in. Even the World Bank country director, Perry Laporte, alluded to the same fact that our economy was struggling even before the outbreak of COVID. If you talk about city, they complain about COVID-19, and then Russia-Ukraine were affecting our city and the economy is not well and all that. But if you take our city, 2019, that's at the end of December 2019, our city had depreciated cumulatively by 12.9, approximately 13%. As at 2019, end of 2019. This is what your own finance minister said. Kenneth Foriata said it. Paragraph 52 of the 2020 media budget he presented. So the city was actually weakening before COVID came in, before Russia-Ukraine came in. So largely blaming COVID and Russia-Ukraine war for the, why the city is not performing. We believe that you were being dishonest about the whole situation. So look at the fact that your economy was struggling before COVID came in. But you conveniently want to blame everything on COVID. And we the NDC said, no, based on this factor, it cannot be true. If you take even your deficit, for instance, you are running about 7.5 deficit before COVID came in. Your finance minister, in the attempt to deceive us, rather reported 4.8 deficit to GDP, to Parliament, only to be exposed later by the IMF April 2020 staff report. That was indeed 7.5%. The reason was very simple. They introduced the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2018, saying that they want to cap our deficit to GDP by 5%. So the minister felt like, okay, if you go beyond the 5%, or if I report beyond the 5%, it will be like I've violated our own law. So you even did beyond the 5% before its suspension after COVID.
Okay.
So considering all these facts, we the NDC did not discount external shocks on the country's economy, but rather on the account of all these facts, called you out